Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Smith. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Javon Hargrave able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. That will 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Benny Snell Jr., the rookie from Kentucky. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 50 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. The deep.
Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Black 30.
Check, 9. All day, dog.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Mayfield down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 3rd down, Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. On first down, Snell, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike, check.
Here's Roethlisberger. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
No spacing. Motion. 22, 44.
Mike 5'9".
Hey, high 7.
59's Mike. Check.
Roethlisberger will throw. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye.
Hey. I'm coming for you, son.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. On 2nd down, it's Snell. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll run for it with Samuels, and he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go.
A 1st down carry for Smith. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. That's complete to Smith. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got Smith here. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt, able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
To throw, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, No flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep left side. They've got his man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Like 30. Let's go, defense. It's our time. It's our time.
Alert, alert. Hey, box truck, box truck.
Check 59, Mike.
Let's go, let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Got an open man. It's Ratley. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check 55 to Mike. I smell fear in that offense.
Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. On 2nd down, it's Smith. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Slam, slam, slam. Hey, Mike.
7-7.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Let's go.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Black 20. No foul. Easy.
Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Smooth.
All day, every day, any day.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Second and 1.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard.
Hey, alert 33.
Check 13. Check 13. Jumper.
Topper.
Again, it's Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Some people call it a shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass. All you're trying to do is open up the middle of the field, flip the ball forward. In this case, they didn't gain any yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing, Mayfield. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
Ryan Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Black.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
That's Jack 16.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Hey, Alpha.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Alert. Hey, Haywood.
Here's Roethlisberger. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Nicholas, 66. Screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, Echo. Shit.
Mike 51, Mike 51. You ain't going nowhere. Tighten up.
Quarter.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Let's go. Do it.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
At the Browns' 35-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Time to go, night.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, wahoo!
Don't be scared of it.
Check.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Check safety. Check 43. Take 2 of them.
Trying to get the first with Samuels. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
You good?
Check 37. Check 37.
He's checking. Crash.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Watch twist. Kill. Twist on Travis.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll run it again with Smith. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively. Time to talk it over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Mayfield down. That's complete to Smith. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, it's Smith. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A nice run leaves him just inches from a 1st. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot? Now Mayfield on 4th down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Mayfield now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Steven Nelson. The 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Steelers, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon